Getting set with both teams that have qualified for postseason play, and we are officially underway just a little after 5 o'clock in the afternoon here on a Thursday. Welcome in, everyone. My name is Jeremy Poplin, joined by Brittany Scraper as we get set for a very important match in terms of standings here in the conference. You see the temperature there, 64 degrees, 6-mile-per-hour winds. It is, well, it's very clear, only just a few clouds here in the sky this afternoon. You will see a lot of the long shadows here on the field. That is something that you will definitely have to deal with and contend with, especially if you're Rice here in the first half, as we have an early foul.
Yeah, well, man, could not be a more gorgeous day. I know that Ruff's going to deal with that in her eyes for this first half, and then Tatum Sanders is going to swap for the second half, but could not be a more perfect October day.
Tulsa men played a game on this very pitch last night. You could not tell to the condition of the pitch here. We have had some rain recently within the last, 48, 72 hours. But the field is holding up perfectly here for this important match.
Yeah, and this is such an important match. We talked about it before the game of what this result is and how these points fall today is going to really shape up who these teams are going to be playing next week in that conference tournament. You don't want to go in as a low seed and you're having to play somebody like Memphis or something like that first round.
There is no doubt things get underway on November 3rd. And that is kind of, I think, the goal of everyone that is in a similar position, which is we do not want to finish in the 8th spot to see Memphis.
Yeah, Memphis has just been on another level. 9-0-1 on the season. They've just been outstanding, keeping that national ranking. They're such a good team.
This is a dangerous situation there for Tulsa in their own box. A throw-in now for Rice here early in the opening moments.
Yeah, it was a good pressure by Rice, just maybe a little casual there for TU. I don't know if they thought that they would have more time to get that off or not.
Turning the corner, and the cross is there all the way through to the back post. You saw there, Piper Bazorek was in the vicinity. It's going to be a corner, though, on the opposite side. Watch this ball just get whipped in here.
Yeah, Duval, she's had a couple really good strikes, and she hits that with a lot of pace, and that is a dangerous ball that if you're Tulsa that you do not want to have to deal with. And Rice will win the corner kick.
There's Chancey, who we highlighted a little bit earlier in the open. Not just 10 goals for her, but 4 assists on the season as well. And played in. Sanders has to go up, collects it, has it. She's looking to go early, didn't have much opportunity, so she'll just send it to the far end of the field there. And a chance. Tulsa does not win the second ball. That is Rice coming back through with Jaeger.
Yeah, I think this game is going to be really big on who can win those second balls. 50-50 balls, but also that second ball. That's going to be so important for both teams to own that stat.
Jaeger with a big header, and again winning that second ball with a flick on, but the flag goes up here on the near side, so offsides here for Rice. So both of these teams trying to feel each other out here in the opening minutes. Also trying to rebound after a difficult road trip to Charlotte, in which Jim Ryan basically said, hey, we probably played one of our worst games of the entire season. Not necessarily what you want to have right here in this moment in time, but getting back out here this afternoon, a chance to kind of wipe the slate clean heading into conference tournament play. Here's Faison, stabbed by the defender, and Faison goes around her to the outside. Faison lost control of it there for a minute, tried the cross there with her right in between a couple of defenders, not allow that through, but Tulsa's now not necessarily as crisp with some of their passing here early on. See if they can work that out in their game. Here's Bechtel. Bechtel turns, is going to take control of the space that's in front of her. Defender closed down, finds Chance. Chance spins away just outside the 18. There's Simmons. Shot left-footed from Simmons goes wide. And Tulsa gets their first legit opportunity here of the half.
Well, it's a much better build-up, so they got some connections there, handed Chance, those tight little touches, and then we'll see just maybe opened up her hips a little bit too much. You see, oh, it looks like she just mishits it. Just kind of slices across the ball. Unfortunate from Kaylin Simmons. But it was a good build-up play. It was good to put Rice under pressure. Rice has done a great job of pressing TU's back line to start this match as well. We'll see them pressing again. Bechtel does a great job to find that little outlet pass.
Even better from Muhammad. Finds Faison, trying to play it into space to allow Simmons to run onto it. Nothing doing so far. Batted around in the air. Love plays it wide. Zorek from the byline on the opposite side. Just great defending there from Muhammad. Pocket picked. Here's Pazorek one more time. Left-footed ball on the ground. Rowlett gets in the way. And then helping back, hustling back is Muhammad.
Yeah, we've already seen that this is such a high-paced game. Both teams really trying to push each other. It's just going to be those little mistakes, those missed passes, those missed touches that are going to make all the difference in a match like this.
Jim Ryan, the Tulsa head coach, looking on.
I think Jim's breathing in a half sigh of relief. They've made that conference tournament. They were working so hard to do that. 3rd year in a row that they've done it. He's done such a fantastic job with this Tulsa program and building it, and the culture and the players that they've been able to bring in, and then also the players that have stayed. Just the amazing style of play that they play with. But I'm sure there's still a lot of tension. They want to get this. They want to get these points and set themselves up to be successful for next week.
Told us earlier that this program has not finished any higher than 5th in the American tournament. Would like to have that feather in their cap as well.
Well, they certainly deserve it. They've had some fantastic results and played some absolutely brilliant football throughout this season. They've put in the work. They deserve to get those results. They just got to finish and close it out.
Tulsa with a giveaway, and then fighting back is SymSmith. Chance lays it to the outside with Faison. Works her way past the defenders, creates some space here, and others coming to close her down. Finds Chance, surrounded by Rice defenders. Tulsa will collect it outside of the 18. It's Jordan Frederick. Puts it back in, looking for Chance, headed out of the 18. And Rice will survive here for this moment. Love. Looking forward, finds Albers. Duval with some space. Hernandez tracking with her. Duval cuts around the outside edge. Plays it there. Deflection out of the box. Simple touch there as Simmons now looking for an outlet.
Yeah, Duval again on this right-hand side has been so dangerous for Rice. She's been putting a lot of good services.
There's
It's gonna be
Chance.
something to watch for.
Mishit there by the defender rusher. And a Chance is probably second on this team that you do not want to have a foot race with. The first would be, of course, Jordan Frederick. You know, I might put Castleberry in that category as well, who's shown some speeds.
Anaya Faison as
Nia
well.
Faison.
A lot of great contenders on this Tulsa squad.
Well, the pace has been a bit ragged here to open up, huh?
Yeah, I mean, it's both teams pedal to the metal. I mean, again, you see what that means. It's such an important game for both teams. They know what they've got to do. They know the assignment. They know that both teams are great. I mean, you've got Chancey and you have Frederick, arguably the best 2 offensive players in this league as far as goals and assists that they have. So you've got them battling against each other. Both teams have won some big games. Looking to close out the season on a high note. You see a lot of high pressure from Rice, really putting Tulsa under, making it really difficult for them to try to find an outlet pass.
Both of these teams have high-quality players, including several players that were on the Top Drawer Soccer mid-season top 100 report. Leah Chansey checked in at 63. Here's Jordan Frederick, who was 58 on that list that was just released a few weeks ago.
Jordan did a great job to get there. That ball I thought was going to be a little too heavy, but she kept it going, and it's still going here. And so just not able to bring that one down. Yeah, it's a good ball by Kayla Muhammad. It looks like it's going to be a little too far, but man, Frederick puts on those afterburners, is able to get that ball back in the box.
Her stride is unbelievable. There's like no wasted movement in it. You watch people at times and high caliber athletes that have gone through like legit training and learning how to run and their pace and their steps, and Jordan just makes it look so easy.
And that is her. She has always had that ability. She's just such a natural, gifted athlete. I mean, don't get me wrong. She's put in the work to just fine-tune it and make herself the best she can be, but that is all Jordan Frederick right there. Both teams here still trying to find their footing, trying to get the ball settled. A lot of 50-50 balls, a lot of balls kind of bouncing around. See who can get into a rhythm and a groove first.
Echo needed a little bit more on that ball there, but Rice trying to make something happen on their own.
Ball's just kind of all over the place right now. Nobody's able to really settle it and keep possession.
Muhammad puts it towards the corner, but that's too far to the outside, and we'll roll over the touch line, and we'll have our first sub of the afternoon here for Rice. Here's Brian Lee, 7th season there at Rice, 69 wins. 5th most wins in a season last season, 12. 3 Southern Conference championships as well. Sophie Zhang checks in for Rice.
Yeah, it's an early substitution for them.
Sang, by the way, 2 goals. This is her 12th appearance on the season. Settled there by Albers. Plays it wide. Duval again. Cut to the inside. Tried to take that one last move and cutting it back. Didn't quite get it fully complete. Just had a chance.
Yeah, it was very well defended by Natalie Hernandez against Duval, who's been really great to start the game.
UTSA gets a win over Temple 3-1. UTSA was part of that bunch with Tulsa that came in today with 12. It's Tulsa, UTSA, and UAB with 12.
Sophie, step. Back shoulder, step up.
Hernandez.
Smart pass.
Oh, look at all that for SymSmith. A shot that's there and a goal! Oh, Maggie SymSmith with the rocket launcher. And Tulsa strikes first.
Wow, Pop, I think I got chills watching that one. Such a good build-up here. And Natalie Hernandez, great. She looks like she's going to play it in, and so Rice doesn't press, and then SymSmith, she's got all that space. She just gets her prep touch here, and she just rips that one. What a great goal. I think Ruff maybe had a little bit of the sun in her eyes. We talked about that at the beginning of the game. That could have been a little bit of a factor. That's hard to see, but man, Maggie SymSmith, she had a fantastic goal her last game. on this field. And then, man, I think that was equal or maybe even better than the other goal she had. But goodness gracious, how important of a goal that is for Maggie SymSmith.
What a thriller from Maggie SymSmith. It's definitely close to midnight with that shot.
Got to bring that Halloween into this game.
Hey, why not?
What a thriller of a shot.
That is one that deserves it. Rice trying to pull one back of their own right in front. Oh, just a little bit of a mishit, not much on it. Sanders comes away with it.
Well, this is a great opportunity, and we see it. Duval again. She is having a fantastic run on that right-hand side. And it is a great response from Rice, immediately putting pressure back on Tulsa, just not able to get the finish there and connection.
You see that so many times, right? Kind of still in that celebratory mode and end up conceding. Well, Jordan's going to get there. We know that.
Mark up tight.
It's Tennyson that's out there. How about that bit of skill from Jordan Frederick?
That was nasty. That is one of the Jordan Frederick specials. We knew she was going to get here. Just stands her up and then just, man, she sees her opportunity. And excellent stuff by Rauscher coming over, making sure that's clear. Otherwise, she was easily going to be finding and picking somebody out for another assist.
Can I give Tennyson a little bit of credit on the recovery, because in that moment, she didn't get in her feels because of just what happened. You see she put that arm on her to just bump her a little bit and not allow her that extra step. That is,
yeah, that's a great
quality.
Yes,
there
absolutely.
from just having suffered that. As someone that's had that happen to them, I was not smart enough to then put my hand on that individual.
It was great. It was a great recovery. So many times you see players just kind of freeze or they drop their head, and that pressure that she put back on was invaluable.
This time Hernandez says, well, hey, I'll try one of these myself. Not quite the same result.
I think that's wise. I mean, where the sun is setting in that positioning, it's hard for the goalkeeper to see. We'll see this again. We see that hand just pushing.
It's just enough.
Just enough to slow her down for Rauscher to come over and just get that clearance. Again, we talked about all the little things matter. If you put just enough pressure, just enough to slow somebody down or change the game a little bit, it's the difference.
Foul on Tulsa inside the center circle. Both of these teams have been through the gamut so far this year. With this conference that has just continued to raise and elevate its level and style of play.
It's just, I mean, if you look at all the results and you start analyzing all of it, it's so close, so close. I mean, every team had the ability to make the tournament and be competitive in the tournament. The level is raised dramatically.
Yeah, and I think the standings just 2 through 9 essentially kind of show you exactly where everyone is at.
Yeah, I mean, really kind of aside from Memphis, who are just kind of playing on a different level with consistency, and I think that's really what it is they've been able to find that. I mean, they're a phenomenal team, but they've been able to lock into the consistency, and that's been the difference for them. But every other team have the ability, have the skill sets, have the personnel to, I mean, really step on the pitch and win any game.
Well, Faison was calling for it there at her feet, but a ball played in. Look here for Chance. Rauscher got tangled up and tumbled down before you saw the keeper. Ruff not taking any chances, just puts it out of play.
Yeah, and it's smart. It's good ball over. Great stuff by Hannah Chance battling. And then we'll see Ruff doing a great job just coming over, clearing that out. Definitely don't want to mess around with that in that scenario. Launches it.
Step up, step up. Step. No turn, no turn.
I think some of the fans going back and forth. Someone said that's a bad call, and then I think you heard a Rice fan say that's a great call.
Yeah. Love the banter. the fan banter.
Well,
Definitely
it's such a
not
good
the
night
banter.
to have the fans here,
It
too.
is. It's an important game, and that was a very positive banter compared to what you would hear in the English Premier League.
Very much so. Or especially after maybe a certain Liverpool fan has watched the latest run of results.
Yeah, who's also a Liverpool fan sitting next to you.
Yeah.
I do have a box of tissues for us if you want to talk about it after the game.
I might need something a little stronger than a box of tissues.
I think I probably do, too.
Joe stepped on the ball there gave a signal there that after she was fouled from behind that she's all right.
I think anytime a player like Joe Fred goes down or gets fouled, there's a little bit of a hold your breath moment from the Tulsa side, making sure she's healthy.
Rowlett, strong ball forward. Frederick touched there, just another one. Hustle keeping that one alive. They'll give it back to her. Simple touch to the outside. Here's Anaya Faison. Closes in on the 18. Outside of it. The ball there. Simmons to the back post. Oh, open opportunity. Just narrowly missed by TU looking for goal number 2.
Oh, man, and TU's going to be really regretting this one. It all starts by the hustle from Jordan Frederick. Faison gets the ball in here. That was a clean look there by Simmons. And she just kind of misses it, and then Hannah Chance just not able to get her body redirected. That ball kind of sneaks on the back post, and man, what a golden opportunity for the Golden Hurricane. Just not able to finish. And they'll be wishing that they had that one back.
A lot of things going in favor of TU so far here in the first half.
Yeah, the game settled down just a little bit here. TU's able to find their footing, obviously getting a lot of momentum and confidence from that just absolute laser rocket of a shot by Maggie SymSmith.
It was Maggie's 4th goal of the season, by the way. Here she is.
Again, here's Rice again with that great high press.
That's Love. Just takes it right off the boot of Rowlett. Lots of contact there right outside of the box. I believe that's Bechtel that's going to get whistled for that. We'll see here exactly on the replay. This is Zhang, who checked in just a few moments ago.
Yeah, a little hard. Maybe we'll see it better from this angle, but Bechtel trying to recover. She's looking to just try to get around. I think she's trying to get the ball in front, but she's just a little bit late. I think Zhang was running so fast she wasn't able to make contact with the ball and just clips her leg and doesn't get ball.
Here's Chansey trying to block out that sun. Hand raised. Driven ball towards the near post. Oh, save there from Sanders. The ball is loose on the ground towards the near post in a corner.
Wonderful driven ball. I mean, talk about putting the ball in a dangerous area. That is a hard one to deal with, especially when it's low. A lot of bodies in there trying to fight for it. Eventually, it comes off of a Tulsa player, and it'll be another corner kick for Rice.
Chansey one more time. Swings to the inside. Sanders went up. See if she got just a piece of it or whether that came off the crossbar. Tulsa now trying to run onto it. Faison gets there. Tulsa has numbers if they want to use them, lays it off. Here's Simmons. Oh, good defending, just kind of hiding in there is Tennyson.
Just a great break by Tulsa. Just, it's in those situations, those breakaways, it's hard to know the exact ball you should play. You have options. Should I dribble? Who should I play?
There's the foul that's there. We might, at the next opportunity, go back and look at that last corner and see whether or not the Tatum Sanders actually got a hand on it.
It looked like she did, but it could have hit the post. But Chansey, again, I mean, just the service and the quality that she has.
Here she is one more time, driven directly at Tatum Sanders, who it took a bobble.
Yeah, I mean, she ripped into that one.
Look at her smile on Tatum's face.
Yeah, that's one that she's probably breathing a sigh of relief that she had, because that ball had some movement on it. Rice doing a great job of pressing here. Looking to try to get that goal back.
Here's a look at it as we have a couple of subs.
They're just doing a good job getting her body behind it because she felt that. Yeah, I mean, that probably didn't feel great.
And a chance. We'll get a few moments of rest here. Checking in for TU's Blaine Schutte. There's Kaylee McKinney in for Chauncey. Sanders now pushing everyone forward. SymSmith.
So many headers.
Finally brought down to the outside. Duval cuts back to the inside. Duval, left-footed shot. Sanders goes down, gets a paw on it. All the way back out and clearly offsides. And Tatum still made the save no matter what.
She is ready to go, Tatum. There's a reason why she is the all-time save. And Duval again just doing work over here on this right side. And then, man, Tatum Sanders, that was a great stuff. I mean, she read that, got that hand in there, so important, and still ready, even though that was offsides, to make that shot again. You can never guarantee that you're going to get the call that you think you have, so you've always got to be ready to go.
The all-time saves leader for University of Tulsa coming up with a couple of big moments here in the first half. Referee will pull this one back and foul.
Bechtel getting that ball off, but takes a late hit. So referee's gonna bring the ball back for this foul.
Square finds Hernandez battling there. Duval. Flag goes up. See Albers there just not timing her run.
Yeah, she went just a hair too early. It was a great run that she made. Great trajectory, just a little early. This battle over here between Hernandez and Duval, going forward and defending for both of them, has been exciting to watch so far in this first half.
Albers, by the way, is the second leading goal scorer for Rice. She's got 4. Subs now. Tulsa will have 3 that are checking in here, including one Piper Safransky. McIntyre will head to outside back. Got Presley Boyd, who's going to give Jordan Frederick some rest.
Double, double.
Little confusion here before the referee finally makes the decision for Rice. Rice at one point in time was ranked inside the top 25 earlier this year. For a few weeks there in the early portion of the season in September. Made it up to number 25. It's the first time that they had entered the rankings since 2021. Long throw in. Faison blocks that one away. McKinney's going to use this long throw in again. Over the head of one defender. Rice has been really good at winning those balls in the air, and it creates a corner for them on the opposite side.
Zhang did a good job tracking that, losing just a little bit of shifty movement to draw the corner again.
So Jaeger will now take the corner. Chauncey is on the bench. She's taken all of their set pieces so far.
And every one that she's put in has been very dangerous.
Jaeger keeps this on the ground towards the near post, and that will slam into the side of the netting.
Yeah, she just pulled it. Looked like she was trying to play a lower driven ball, but just pulled it a little bit too far.
Approaching 15 minutes remaining here in the first half. We talked about Tatum Sanders being the all-time saves leader. That did happen in the last Charlotte game. Now Tulsa lost that game 4-0, but there were 6 saves in that game.
That was very well defended by Tennyson.
She's had her moments so far.
It was great build-up, and it was a really good ball. And Tennyson did a fantastic job defensively to start this Rice attack. That Duval again on this right side is just so good.
Speaking of moments, that one wasn't necessarily her best effort that we've seen from her this evening, but again, just continuing to take all that space that's been in front of her so far. On the run, Faison overran it for just a moment, allowed Martz an opportunity to catch up. Perfectly weighted ball from Hernandez, just dropping it gently over the shoulder.
She is just so good at those balls. She makes it look so simple, but she has this left foot that always curls and bends into the run of who she's playing to. And the amount of perfect balls that Anaya Faison has gotten from Natalie Hernandez this season, she's got to get her some Halloween candy for sure.
Unlucky there for Simmons. Rice now has another sub. Lauren Pickup, the junior defender, London, England, on for the Owls.
Good touch by Parker McGraw. Freshman center back, playing like a senior center back.
Love that from McIntyre too. Faison pulls it back. Now trying to find the run from Simmons through. It's behind her, but McIntyre keeps it in play. Here's Safransky looking to play it wide now. Boyd. SymSmith. Oh.
Trying to be crafty. I like the idea.
Knocked away. Shooty. Faison cuts to the inside. Faison still in the 18, but 2 defenders coming over, including one of those Tennyson one more time. Just a little knock away. And now off of Blaine Shooty for a throw-in for Rice.
Another good opportunity. Tulsa's been able to connect really well, and then they've really pushed up their high press, able to start winning some balls back, but Owls doing a great job defensively, getting numbers behind the ball and double teaming.
The thing I like from Tulsa so far is when they have created that turnover, it's instant offense into the transition. They haven't been able to make them pay yet, but one of those is eventually going to pay off for them.
Yeah, they've looked to get dangerous once they win it, and then they're attacking and pressing with a lot of speed. And that's something that I think we saw really shift in that UTSA game, where they looked to try to find that more deadly ball faster and earlier than they had previously in the season.
pickup. Nope, she cannot keep it in play.
It was good effort, just rolling over the line.
Here comes Castleberry, the freshman from Broken Arrow.
Now we'll see Castleberry. I thought we might have seen her check in a little bit earlier in the game.
Freshman in name only, because not in number of minutes played and not in mentality. That's for certain.
Firecracker is a great word for her, I feel like.
This will be her 19th appearance of the season, has 2 goals and 4 assists. Does Castleberry. SymSmith wide. Off of the deflection, keeper comes out and has it. Boy, she had to make a play on it. Rough ends up coming away with it. She's down now after a little bit of contact there. Watch here on the replay.
Castleberry making an instant impact, doing what she does so well. Gets that cross off a deflection though, and Schute's coming over to get that ball. So Ruff did a great job coming out when she did at speed. Otherwise, Schute was going to be able to get a piece of that.
Yeah, it just...
You got a little bit of a piece of Ruff instead.
No harm, just caught her right there in the hip, it looked like.
Yeah, just trying to play the ball.
To run through.
It happens. Goalkeepers wear a lot of bruises in their line of work.
McIntyre. A challenge from Tennyson. Good hustle from Tennyson, not allowing McIntyre that full ball up the touchline.
Tennyson, I feel like, has been all over the pitch on that left side, back, forward, coming in the middle to help a little bit.
By the way, gotta say, we can schedule all these 5 p.m. games on a weeknight that we want, as far as I'm concerned.
Nice weather.
Getting yeah, there's no doubt, especially with the weather that we've had so far this season. Here's Love. Love's going to get there in enough time. Cuts it back, just right outside of the 18, settled there by Martz. Rice looking for the equalizer, and that one, not quite the type of finish that they wanted there at the very end, but it was good effort on the cross, and now a sub.
It was, and good ball here. And Zhang, really good early ball. She looks just to whip that in early, doesn't wait on it. Just headed just over, though. I think she maybe just mistimed that jump. Those are so hard to decide, you know, when you need a jump, when you don't, the trajectory of the ball and where it is. That's such a skill.
That was the second leading scorer, Jager, who was just subbed out. We'll have another sub here as we approach 7.5 remaining here in the first. Sanders skies it.
Oh my goodness.
Settled there by Zhang.
What a skill touch by Zhang.
Love had a little bit of room. McIntyre closed down quickly though. Good effort, played to the outside, it's pickup. Hernandez tracking pickup, one little move to the outside. Sanders goes down, knocks it away. It's free in the box for a moment before it's finally cleared out, but pickup with a second bite at it. And now finally the good clearance from Tulsa on the run. Here's Schute, has options. Castleberry making a dead run. So is Boyd to the opposite side. Can Boyd get there in enough time? She's got it, and the flag is up. Oh, end-to-end action, and Rice is incredibly fortunate in that moment.
That was a great transition. Rice with such a good press, knocking on the door, putting the ball back in. Sanders with another great save. Tulsa with the transition here, and man, I think that's onside.
That's pretty close.
That's pretty close.
It looked like Rusher was holding her on.
It did.
Here's a look at the save from Tatum.
Saved by Sanders again. Rice continuing to press.
There's a dead run. Ruff's going to come out way off of her line. Got there first. Needed to in that moment.
Yeah, it looked like, Pop, when we played that live, that Boyd was onside. And then from that replay, it looked like she was onside to me. I know that was a tight line there. I don't have that VAR line technology.
Castleberry steps in, gets one quick win as it finds its way to Simmons, who whips it too far to the other side. That ball's cut too far to the inside, though. Huff has it now, wants to push everyone forward.
Yeah, that's smart. Smart by Ruff, saying, hey, let's get back up. Let's try to take a little bit of field positioning back from Tulsa, catch our breath just a little bit, go again.
Zhang working against McIntyre. Zhang looks to switch fields, will just dump it there into the middle. Full contact there. Thought that the assistance flag might go up for just a moment. Looked like a two-handed shove to me, but now out to pick up.
This is certainly a physical game. A lot on the line.
Pick up from the corner of the 18. Little step over move there. Cutting towards the byline is shot. That's going to take more, much more than that to try to beat Tatum Sanders in that moment, who's been called into action here multiple times over the last 5 to 10 minutes.
Well, the line that Tatum Sanders plays is so good. She knows where that ball, it's almost like she's a magnet. She's just drawing those crosses to her.
Simmons. SymSmith. You saw Boyd kind of raising her hand. I don't think anyone saw her there to the opposite side. And now they'll play one directly down the middle. Dropped in perfectly. Here's Love. McGraw doing an excellent amount of defending, going down to one knee, just enough to knock it away.
That was a tremendous break for Rice, and Parker McGraw, what a season she's had. She is a freshman. Again, I will remind you all, just major defensive effort from her. That was big time defending.
Allie Love looked like she thought for a moment that she was going to have a little bit more of an opportunity. Again, just that high level of effort coming from the Golden Hurricane. Stepped in front of here, Bruckner. Bruckner showing some speed to the outside. Love just outside the 18, left-footed shot. Rowlett knocked it down. Referee says play on. Tulsa now looking for the full break one more time. Castleberry collects it, one touch to Simmons, back over the top, looking for Castleberry who can run onto it. Schutte along the back post, Castleberry's ball, and a goal! Castleberry, who comes on as a sub, sends Tulsa clear by 2 with 3:29 remaining in the first half.
Addison Castleberry, we talked about one freshman on the defensive end, and this is the other freshman on the offensive end. She's so great 1v1. She gets her head up and she says, you know what? I think I can sneak this near post here. And what a great finish she does. She just tucks that at near post. Again, Ruff, maybe dealing a little bit with the sun in her eyes, I'm not sure, but Addison Castleberry, that firecracker of a player she is, that's an excellent goal for her.
There you see Castleberry. It's Castleberry's 3rd goal of the season, 4th assist. And a foul now. Tulsa absolutely feeling themselves with their quality and level of play.
Yeah, and this is important for them to keep that momentum up because, again, the last 5 minutes of every half is so important and pivotal. They want to close this out. Don't give Rice anything to try to get one back and close that and make it a 2-1 scoreline.
Well, and Tulsa's been a victim of that at times this year.
They definitely have.
And it feels like that they've had to fight through a lot of that adversity, but they are now kind of looking on the opposite side of that hill that they've had to climb multiple times with putting themselves in this position.
Yeah, and you learn from it, right? And
yeah, a little bump in the back there.
Yeah, and anytime you score a goal, then
you're going to get it.
The target is on you then.
There's no doubt.
Yeah, not going to make it easy for you any further in the game.
Hernandez driven ball, Ruff comes off of her line. Now she's looking directly into the sun in that moment, handles it quite well.
Yeah, that was great by Ruff. And Hernandez with that fantastic left foot. She puts in a really dangerous area. Tulsa just maybe a little bit late on their runs to get there, but very good job by Ruff. Again, that's so difficult to see when the sun is at that angle.
It's a good second ball win from Rice. Pickup was showing all the way to the outside. They didn't quite swing it her direction. Looked more centrally there. It was Quarterman that was in the vicinity.
Well, Papa can't believe this half is almost over. Like, it's been such a good half. It's been exciting to watch. We're nearing down the last minute and a half.
Well, both teams came into this one knowing the level of significance in terms of standings in the conference and positioning for conference tournament play. As we mentioned before, chronicling, Tulsa has an opportunity to essentially finish as high as 3. Now they'll need some help doing that, obviously, with the final games. Could finish as high as 3 and as low as 8.
Castleberry took a hard knock on that one, limping on that ankle now.
Good ball from Simmons. Just enough to settle it. Boyd couldn't quite win it to the outside. Well, she's not going to give up on it.
Yeah, love that fight from Boyd. Definitely don't make it easy. You don't win the ball initially, you don't give up. You keep going, you keep putting pressure, and now she won her team a corner because, or a throw in, sorry, because she kept that work rate up. And that's just kind of the difference, I think, that we've seen from TU on this back half of the season. They've kind of got that like extra grit and fight about them.
Safransky in front of her at the time, slowly winding down here.
3, 2, 1.
And that will do it for the first half. The exact same way, which was, how are you going to flush the loss to Charlotte out of your system where everything went wrong, including, and Jim Ryan told us this, a little incident where a bus ended up scraping down the side of 3 of the rental cars on the trip as well, which I'm sure felt really good after you had the type of performance from your team. Then you have to deal with that. But even from a practice perspective, the weather this week has not allowed them to practice as much outside. They've had to go indoors to the hot box, and there's only so much that you can do inside of the indoor facility. And considering the first half, this resembled a lot of the same style and quality of game from TU that we saw against UTSA.
Yeah, I think, I mean, Ted Lasso, that's my favorite show. You got to be a goldfish. You got to flush those performances and know that you got to get ready for the next game, and you've got to get ready no matter how. You can't have excuses. You got to get the job done when it comes down to this point in the season. And to Coach Jim Ryan's credit, he got them ready to go. He was able to re-engage them, get them focused. And they weren't able to maybe train optimally. They had all those issues and things that I'm sure is not fun for the coaching staff to try to report the insurances on all the SUVs getting damaged and, you know, flight delays and all the other things that, you know, they had to deal with. And to come out playing very similar to how they did against UTSA, being very dangerous, playing quick, looking to play direct, high pressure.
And against a Rice side that is on a 5-game unbeaten streak. You know, they have not lost since September 28th, and that's against one of the best teams in the country, Memphis.
I mean, Rice has had a fantastic season. I mean, they have played some big games. They've played ranked opponents. Again, I think it's like the 3rd time in a row that they've played the #1 seed in the country at some point in the season. I mean, they are a big-time program. They know how to win. And for them to come in here and those 2 goals, I think that surprised them a little bit.
McKinney waiting. Someone finally was able to retrieve the ball.
But all Rice really needs is 1. I mean, that 2-1 scoreline, that is the most dangerous score in soccer. All they've got to focus on is get 1. And opportunities
could
like
be
this
right
could
here.
Be that.
Sanders comes out open there for a brief moment. Tulsa fortunate here. All the way back to the outside. Poked back inside the box. It was McKinney. Probably could have handled that a little bit better, but It was Chansey who, if she could have had a chance to turn on that ball initially, drive from a diagonal run directly into the box. Again, that's Duvall on the opposite side. Another throw in now for Rice.
I think the ball just kind of trickles past everybody. And then Chansey is definitely not the person, if you're Tulsa, that you want the ball to fall to. But all they need is that one goal. They're starting hard press right now, doing what they need to do.
McKinney with that long throw can be such an important weapon at times. There's Tennyson.
Yeah, Tulsa needs to try to shift forward and get some ground one back here.
Rusher forward on the ground. Contact there with Tennyson, who went down. Referee calls a halt. I think they're going to end up calling a foul on Tennyson, who played the full 45 here in the first half.
She had a fantastic first half. She was phenomenal for them.
She's laboring here, trying to get up.
And she's going to try to walk this off. You can tell she's hurting.
Take a look. We don't have one here to see exactly what happened, but unfortunately, Tennyson's going to try to gut this one out. Now, here's one thing to keep an eye on as well, is in her natural position with where she's at. That's Jordan Frederick that's over there next to her.
And she had a great first half against Jordan Frederick. She did a really good job. I mean, Frederick had her moments against her, but Tennyson was equally up to that challenge and made it really difficult for Frederick to have a huge impact when she was in the first part of the first half. But one thing that Tennyson's done a great job of is she's winning the ball, but she's keeping possession for them out of the back.
Well, there's Bechtel that wins one. Plays it through for Hannah Chance. Right outside the 18. One step inside. The ball behind Ruff. And Hannah Chance sends Tulsa clear by 3 goals now. An early strike in the second half.
Such an important goal. Rice looking to press. They're trying to get a goal, and to get this third goal is massive. And it starts with Addie Bechtel. Man, she has had such a phenomenal season. She wins that ball, perfectly weighted through ball. Hannah Chance, great first touch. She sets herself up. She's so composed on the ball. Just the picture of grace and poise, and just this great finish with her left foot. We see the celebrations from Tulsa. That is just as important as the first goal, to try to create that separation from Rice trying to come back in this one.
And a chance with the goal. 2 assists as well for her total so far on the season.
This is going to put Rice in a situation where they're going to have to try to push numbers and try to risk the biscuit a little bit to try to get some goals back.
You're so right. That third goal changes the entire dynamic. Here's Tennyson, who's just trying to pick herself up from that little knock and an injury a bit earlier, having to go 1v1 versus Jordan Frederick. Did well in that moment.
Tennyson again, just such a good defensive positioning on Frederick.
Tennyson is still laboring a little bit, boy. In that moment when she had to, she reached down deep.
Yeah, I mean, that's the type of player that coaches love, that are going to give it everything they have, even when they're hurting. And this is a really good opportunity. She does such a good job of just keeping her body there, not letting Frederick's trying to get that just half step around her, and then she's gone and straight to goal. It was excellent by Tennyson. She makes that look like it's easy, but that's a hard thing to do. That's a really high pressure situation to be in, and she handled it really well.
See if McKinney ends up throwing this one into the box. Over the head of Rowlett. Cleaned up there by McGraw. Chance doing just enough to hold up. Well done by her. Bechtel to the outside. Faison using her speed. Jager. Faison cuts to the outside. One step on her. The extra defender comes over, and Martz take that ball away from Anaya Faison. She can win it back here.
Love that work by Faison. This is a giveaway here, though. This is dangerous.
Zorik out wide. Duval, who's made a living in that spot the entire evening. Cuts to the opposite side. Hernandez, and a leaping save from Tatum Sanders.
Duval has been so good, and this is such a good opportunity from her. She's had so many great services. She cuts in and says, hey, I'm just going to take this one myself. And then Tatum Sanders, man, again and again, not only does she get all the way over, but she holds on to that ball. It doesn't come bounce back off. She doesn't give away a corner kick there. I mean, it's the little things that matter, and not giving away anything on that. Tatum Sanders, incredible job.
Well, and you have the inclination as well of thinking that the player's going to go far stick, and she tries to be cheeky and go near post, and Sanders is right on top of it.
Yeah, Sanders has done such a good job of reading that. Again, she's on the right line, and that's a really hard thing for goalkeepers to have that sixth. It really is like a sixth sense for goalkeepers of knowing where they need to be at the right time, and Sanders has got that in spades.
Chance looking for the diagonal ball through for Jordan Frederick. Cut down in its tracks. Unfortunate first touch there for Duval on the opposite side.
I love that Tulsa's continuing to play their game. They're continuing to look to get the ball, to go forward, to continue to attack, because what that's going to do is it's not going to allow Rice to try to send numbers forward. They're going to have to keep people back defensively so they don't give any other goals away.
Muhammad.
Good thought by Frederick. Simmons maybe just not quite on the same page with the run.
Ruff, who came into this game giving up just a little over a goal per game, 3 so far here this evening.
Yeah, and she got the short end of the stick on that one with the first half with the sun in her face. I think that definitely affected both goals. I think she had a hard time seeing both of them.
Zorik, little dips to the outside.
Great skills by her. She's still going.
Rowlett with a good tackle, continuing to fight after it. No space whatsoever towards the byline.
Such a great battle between those two.
Continuing to dive
Frederick
in there.
Finally is going to come over and be like, all right, you guys have been playing enough over here. Let's get the game moving.
But again, this weapon from McKinney on the long throw.
And it is. It's such a great throw. We'll see it again. That's a good service.
Knocked out of play by Rusher. McIntyre will check in here at the next opportunity for Tulsa.
Gained a chance to something to the face. We'll see this. She's going to play it. Oh, she gets the back. Gets the little bit of the back
right
arm.
There.
Ooh, yeah, that looked like it hurt. Looks like she catches her in the lip. Looks like she's bleeding just a little bit. If you're bleeding, you've got to come off the pitch so they can get it cleaned up. She's gonna get some water there. Try to get herself back together.
Schutte hopped up off the bench and the place has had a chance.
Yeah, unintentional there, but one of those things that certainly happens.
Just hammer to the opposite end. Sanders out quickly. Picks it up in front of Love. Now we'll push everyone forward. Maggie SymSmith got the scoring started earlier in the first half. And Castleberry then had a chance with the third goal in the second half here this evening. McGraw did a good job there putting her body in between Love and allowing Sanders to make the play.
I think we'll see Tatum take her time on all these.
This is about the time in the first half that we saw Rice make their first substitution as well. No signs of that so far. Sanders didn't get the best clearance in the world. Duvall, can she keep it alive? Hernandez did not allow that ball to make it back away in front across the face of the goal, but a corner kick now for the Owls.
Well, it's that matchup between Hernandez and Duvall, and Duvall's getting it all the way to the byline, and that was going to make it across. So Hernandez with that slide was important. Great defensive effort from Natalie Hernandez.
Jager sailing towards the back post. And Schutte that got up in the air to get the first piece of it. Threw on the ground. Sanders not taking any chances whatsoever from Tennyson.
Tennyson again, she's still limping, but just leaving it all out here. This is a great first touch from her, and I like that she's trying to keep it low. Those are hard to see when there's all that traffic in front of the goalkeepers. It's not quite on target, but again, she's battling through.
Zoric with the right, steps over, pulls it back, will move towards the byline to earn herself a corner again for Rice.
Great movement. Just trying to get just enough separation so she can try to get a cross off. Rowlett, like Hernandez on the other side, just getting that last-ditch effort in to block that cross.
Here's Chansey with the fifth corner. Sanders punches it away. It's curling to the inside. Looping ball that's there, referee, the flag stays down. Thought some of the Tulsa players thought that that might be offsides. Still alive on the backside. Chansey. Blocked away. Boy, McGraw felt that one as well. Here's Jordan Frederick turning on the burners. Giving chase behind his rusher. Frederick's ball couldn't find its way through. Gets another chance at it. Cross on the ground. Schutte, one touch there, looking for Simmons. Kept in play for a moment. Now it's over the line. Oh, end to end we go.
Love to see it. Frederick, I would have loved to see her just go to goal on that one. She's looking for that assist. She's such an unselfish player. But I would have liked to see her just drive all the way to goal.
Lauren McIntyre, who had 17 minutes in the first half, checks in with 30 remaining. Joe Frederick. Schutte. Little crossover move. Looked like she might have touched it with her hand there for a moment when she gathered herself. At least the Rice bench thought that she did.
I don't think the referee was able to have a clear enough sight of that. Tennyson again. Standing Schutte up.
Rowlett drops it right in. Simmons. And that one will be sent out of play for a throw-in.
We've seen Brenna Rowlett play some really good long balls out of the back this season, and this is another one. Simmons with a great run, just not quite able to bring it down tight enough. Great ball by Rowlett. She's really mastered that this season.
Jaeger was right there with her. Chance is going to check back in now after being attended to. Just moments ago, she took that back arm and like had a little bloody lip. Muhammad's throw. Not necessarily the best in terms of throw there, and Joe Frederick with the pressure off of her, and now subs Zhang back in, Albers as well.
Yeah, they both made good contributions in the first half. We'll see if they can raise the level here a little bit, create a bit of a spark for Rice. They certainly need one, try to get things going here for their comeback.
You can hear the level of intensity here from the Rice bench, trying to fight and scratch their way back in. Just takes one here, and then it's a completely different game. Albers, by the way, who checked in, remember she is the second leading goal scorer for the Owls with 4.
But she had some opportunities in the first half. Rice has had their chances. They've had all those long throws. They've had corner kicks. They've had dangerous moments. Just not quite able to have that perfect final ball or the finish that they've been looking for.
Takeaway just for a brief moment. Heads up play there from the back line from Rice. This ball forward for Duvall. It's tangled up with McIntyre. Duvall now cutting to the inside, tries to lay it on the ground, but Maggie SymSmith is there to intercept the intended ball.
SymSmith said, "Not today, this is my ball. You guys aren't gonna beat us on a game that I scored that banger." McIntyre's just trying to maybe go in there to try to get the ball, but when you're in that full stride and you're going as fast as you can, just kind of a small bump, they just kind of come together there, so it puts McIntyre on the ground.
Yeah, referee will call a halt to this and have a conversation here with Bechtel. Last warning for Bechtel after this foul.
Yeah, she's late. She's late getting there. Doesn't get any ball there.
Jaeger. Headed up into the air into the box twice. Off of the bounce. That one will be too high. McKinney sees it land in the top side of the netting.
Well, really positive to see what TU's response is from the road game. Again, Charlotte coming in, putting this type of performance against Rice. It has been consistently one of the best teams in the league. Drawing Memphis, they've played some big games, beat some big opponents. Really making a statement. This is a good ball over the top to Frederick.
Frederick's a little wide, trying to cut to the inside. It's Tennyson that was coming over.
Yeah, it's a good ball forward from Bechtel. Just a little bit wide on that. If she was able to maybe put just a little spin, it would have maybe gone a little bit more in Frederick's path, but she's feeling that pressure from Tennyson, so she tries to take that shot quickly, but she just wasn't quite set, so mishits it. Great touch by Hannah Chance.
You know, we talked about that unbeaten streak for Rice. Some of that has come with some good fortune as well, including their last game at ECU. I mean, it was a last-minute PK that ended up saving that, where Chancey scored her 10th goal of the season. So they've been at least living a little bit dangerously.
Yeah, but that's the good teams find ways to win.
They're right.
And I think that shows to that. Liverpool did that all season last season, but you know what they're not doing this season?
They are not doing much of anything.
They are not doing that this season. So it's crazy how that can shift and change.
Zhang.
That's why we play these games.
Definitely felt that Zhang had some contact on her, so they'll pull this one all the way back. Area almost middle of the pitch. Chansey, hand raised. Great ball that drops in. Oh, Rice just couldn't find the flick-on header. Well-weighted ball directly over the top of the wall.
Chansey is just such a good player and such a dangerous ball that she plays in.
That's two players right there. Bruckner was one of them.
And Bruckner just maybe just kind of loses, disorients maybe where she is, where the ball's coming in at the time, but great service by Chansey. She's delivered several this game. Just needs to get somebody to get on the end of one of those.
Postseason play again starts on the 3rd. Both of these teams again already qualified. Another host of subs: Castleberry, Boyd, Safransky. Where that group put in some quality minutes in the first half. Same will be expected of them here. This time, though, with a 3-goal lead.
Bechtel always working so hard in the middle for Tulsa.
Good win by McIntyre. Castleberry now. Jager's the closest defender that's there. Sticks that long legs out, knocks it away, but a corner for TU.
Starts with Lauren McIntyre doing the work defensively. And she's going to find a good ball to Castleberry just instantly. You just see that speed and quickness that Addison Castleberry has. She's looking to try to cut it back in, maybe try to find a cross.
So I know that we've chronicled this in the past, but it's weird to think with this level of success that she's had that she started as an outside back to begin this season.
Yeah, and that's what all the early games are for.
And a chance. Ruff was trekking back to that back post. Here's a look at it.
Yeah, it's a good look from her. Rowlett maybe just not a little bit too deep on that. But yeah, Hannah Chance has been really important for Tulsa in this game. Usually been playing on the outside, but we're finding her playing in the middle, and it's working really well for Tulsa in this match.
That was a great ball from Chance to Boyd. Boyd got tangled up, ended up falling down. Now Duvall has some space. McIntyre is going to try to keep pace with her. Duvall's not going to be able to use her speed to turn that corner on the outside there against McIntyre, but still earns what should be the 6th corner of the night for the Rice Owls.
Yeah, McIntyre's trying not to give up that corner kick, but Duvall pushing. She's been so good, so fast, and she's able to keep the ball really tight. She just doesn't give the defenders a chance to try to slide in and win anything. She wins her team a corner kick again.
Jager, left-footed. Chansey was in the vicinity. There's Castleberry just fighting through all types of contact. That will be a yellow. That's our first booking here of the evening. Almost 20 minutes remaining.
Castleberry looking to take off. You see the replay here. She's just looking, and then just the hit from the back, and then Tennyson coming across the front of her too.
So Martz officially into the books. Shown yellow by Kylie Rhodes, our official here this evening. Boyd got the cross off towards the back post. Oh, Castleberry had her head down just a step too slow. Looking to close the door shut on this one here this evening. Zhang. Too much there for Albers.
Experienced goalkeeping from Tatum Sanders, just cool and composed, takes that opportunity to work some more. But we see Boyd, and Tennyson hasn't really allowed any service or anything from that side, and Boyd putting in a great cross. Castleberry just not quite timed perfectly for that cross in the box.
Play it on the ground and keep it short. Rusher. Referee was going to try to give them play advantage. But now we'll pull it back to the opposite side of the halfway line.
He's going to have a long ball to try to play up here. Rice is going to push everybody outside the box.
Won't quite make it all the way as deep as maybe that she wanted, but Tennyson, again, just good hustle and effort right there, making a play, trying to keep it alive in the moment for another corner.
Comes and makes that play and wins her team another corner as she limps back off. You wouldn't know she's hurt from the way that she's playing.
Played that one quickly. They know that time is of the importance. Castleberry momentarily had it knocked away from her, but Muhammad doesn't want to give any amount of space to Duvall.
Duvall's just been so good. Really been a standout in this match so far.
Good opportunity here for Tulsa to reestablish their lines moving forward.
Great work by Boyd.
Love the aggressiveness. Lays it to the outside for Castleberry. Castleberry, the shot. Oh, Huff. Just a subtle move to her left to collect this opportunity here from Castleberry.
Well, this starts with Boyd, and it's a great ball, and Castleberry just looks to have one here. It's a little bit of a tough angle, but Ruff does a great job. She doesn't have that sun in her eyes this time, reads it really well and hangs on to it. Great save by her.
It was all created, though, by Boyd being aggressive in that moment.
Yeah, Boyd is so great in those tiny spaces. We just saw it again there, just a quick little touch around to connect passes. Again, another standout freshman for this Tulsa team that's made such an impact that really shows what a bright future they have. I mean, they're graduating Jordan Frederick and Maggie SymSmith, these massive players, but I mean, the great news for the TU coaching staff is you have those players that are ready to go and making a huge impact now. And I mean, just think what they're going to be next year.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. You're essentially looking at what is the future for Tulsa there with number 13.
Yeah, I love Boyd as a player and how she plays. She's aggressive, she's crafty, she's fast.
Boyd working there in the corner. Just keep it in play. Safransky. Just right outside the center circle. Oh, Rice wanted to go quickly here. Referee is having none of it.
Well, I think they called off sides, but they let the game play for a while there before calling it back.
And Albers was thinking that, oh, well, this is in our favor. Let's go.
Yeah, the game played for a while before I think the center is able to see her assistant referee had called that offsides.
Laurel Kelly will check back in the next chance here for Rice. Had 17 minutes in the first half. Gotta start being extra aware of just what the timing situation is, and it's got to be about numbers forward here pretty quickly for Rice. You've just got to get the first one in.
Yeah, that's the most important thing, is you got to get the one.
And here's Quarterman, the freshman in the far channel, trying to make some type of move. Gets too far to the byline. Quality defending as well. You can see the applause coming from the TU bench. And a goal kick now for Tulsa.
Well, it's a great run from her. Parker McGraw does a great job. You can see that she's watching her really closely and just going to kind of usher her out of bounds. Tulsa's able to get that goal kick.
We might have to run that back again. We talked earlier about using the arm. That is another excellent positioning in terms of defending, because you can see right here, here's Quarterman. Watch this hand go right here. As a defender, what you're doing in this moment, you already know her momentum is carrying her towards the byline. You extend that arm out just enough to bump her over the line and use her momentum against her in that moment.
Yeah, it doesn't take much, and it's not a foul because you're barely putting contact, but you're leading her to the way that you want to go. And a lot of players don't defend that way, which I don't really know why, because it's incredibly effective. You see it a lot in the men's game about how they defend with their arms. You see them with their arms out when they're defending, but you don't see it a ton in the women's game, and it's tremendously effective.
The other great thing about that is because of the way that you're positioned, the assistant is not going to see it because the body of the offensive player is blocking it. Typically the ref is running from the backside and doesn't have a good view of it as well. So you're taking advantage of every momentum or of the offensive player's momentum in a position where the referee can't see.
Yeah, exactly. It's really smart defending. We'll see if Rice starts changing any kind of tactics. They haven't really shifted a lot of numbers forward so far. Tulsa, to their credit, has continued to play their game, continue to press, continue to attack, so they've been difficult to deal with. But at a certain point, we'll see if they start trying to push more forward.
Sanders with that little ball inside of the pocket there, take it away, Love. Here's Quarterman, who finds herself alone for a moment, slams that one to the opposite side, just past the left post. Oh, and maybe that was the moment that Rice needed that they just can't quite capitalize on.
They've had a few of them, and Rowlett just kind of gets put in a tough position from that ball. They're able to press, and then maybe should have taken it with her left foot there. But that was the opportunity. One-on-one with Sanders. Again, Sanders making it difficult. She's covering a lot of the goal there, making it a little bit difficult to try to find that placement.
Quarterman knows that she missed one there. He saw her reaction after just being a little bit wide. But the pressure's continuing on. Now the foul on the opposite side. Love was on a dead run through.
Love looking to play through, but you see the replay here. Girl just gets kind of pulled down a little bit.
Yep.
I think we're entering the realm as well. We're going to see Tulsa take their time on all of the dead balls, all of the free kicks, throw-ins, looking just to try to take a little bit more time off the clock.
Yeah, I was going to say that one's going to be whistled. Aggressiveness from Addison Castleberry gives Jaeger a chance to send this one to the opposite end of the field. Tulsa wins that second ball. Brought down by Safransky. Tennyson's just been a handful so far here tonight. Simmons to SymSmith. Love this part of Rowlett's game here. She's unfortunate there, but she's done a little bit more of that. That is the broadcaster's jinx. Exactly.
You jinxed her, but you're right. That's something that she's added really this season into her game, where she sees that space and she takes it. And what that does is when those center backs take that space, it creates an overload in the midfield, and it's pulling other players in the middle of the opposite team out of position. It's really dangerous to defend, and she's also been so deadly with the balls that she plays forward. Really has had just such an impressive season this so far watching her. She's really rounded out so many pieces of her game.
Kinney. Long throw in one more time. Someone went flying through the air there.
It was Michaela Muhammad.
That's what this whistle is about right here. Referee's going to stop the clock, check on Michaela, make sure she's okay. We'll see it.
Yeah, it looked like they were both just going for the ball.
Both just going up for it right there. Yeah. I don't know what you expect Albers to do in that moment.
I think maybe she's looking to see if it was a head injury potentially, because it could have been in that scenario.
Resulted in the drop ball there. Improper clearance. Tulsa living dangerously here in the last couple of moments.
It's getting a lot of play. Not a lot of time for the Owls to try to mount their comeback. They've certainly had the opportunities, though. They've had the moments. They've had the corner kicks. They've had the chances. It's been there. Just hasn't worked out to be their night so far. Certainly been Tulsa's.
Huff as Schutte provides some pressure. Nice turn from Quarterman. Use her speed to the outside. Spins away from SymSmith. Maggie overran it just a bit. That's, I believe, what, corner 8 on the night for Rice.
It's been a lot. They've had a lot of opportunities here, and that right-hand side just continues to be. They've found a lot of joy on that right side.
Well, Duval's been over there a bunch.
Yeah, Duval, and then Quarterman's doing a great job since they've made that change.
Jager. Freshman just to the opposite side of the penalty spot. Bounces free to the opposite side. Albers has it completely knocked away from her. It's Muhammad, who's slow to get up here.
Yeah, it's hard to see what's bothering her. I don't know if it's
trying to stretch out a little bit.
Yeah, she just comes
Watch this
over
right here.
Yeah, could have maybe like hit her knee, that left knee. So she's coming across, and then you just kind of get tangled up. It's not fun when how you kind of hit that top of that knee, kind of get that like dead leg feeling on your knee maybe.
Yeah, that's what she's rubbing right there underneath on her left knees.
Yeah, hopefully if it's just a collision. I mean, those don't feel great, but it's a quick recovery time from those, and it's not going to give you much problem, but they do not feel good when it happens.
Jim Ryan just kind of pacing back and forth there a little bit. He's got to be wanting this clock to continue to run down.
Yeah, he's an experienced coach.
Yeah, he wants to make a sub now.
He knows that you're not going to celebrate until that final whistle.
The Americans Women's Soccer Championship coming up November 3rd through the 9th. They're at Premier Sports Campus in Lakewood Ranch, Florida. Catch all of those games on ESPN Plus and the final on ESPNU. For more information, you can check out theamerican.org. Remember, both teams have already clinched just fighting for positioning here this evening. On the last night of regular season games in conference.
A lot of results to still be finalized. That'll have a lot to do with how everything ends here.
Well, and no matter what, in where both of these teams finish, you play the season to create an opportunity for yourself in postseason play. So mission accomplished from both of them. From the Tulsa perspective, just to make the conference championship 3 years in a row is a step in the right direction. And as Jim Ryan told us, hey, listen, we've never qualified higher than 5th in the conference tournament. That's a goal that is still, as of right now, a potential changer for the overall complexion of just the program here for Tulsa for the way that they've competed this year.
Well, it's that, and also, I mean, coming in, they didn't have to get a result in this last game to even make the tournament. That's in the situation that they've been in before. Last year
at Memphis.
They're trying to have pull off a miracle. I mean, I feel bad for Coach Ryan. I'm sure he probably didn't sleep at all the week leading up to that game. But for them to be in a position where coming into this game, they had already punched their ticket. Now you're just looking for seeding. I mean, that's a nice feeling to have setting up as well. I mean, obviously you want to win this game. You want to set yourself up. You want to end on a high note, ride some of that confidence, get a higher seeding, set yourself up in a position for success. But I mean, I think that alone just shows how far this program's come and the position that they've put themselves in.
Which, by the way, you need a result on the final night of the regular season against Memphis for the right to play Memphis again.
Yeah, turn around and play Memphis again.
So good luck with that.
Yeah, definitely don't want to play Memphis.
Joe Frederick, just the opposite halfway line, picks up her dribble. Inside on the diagonal. How about that ball for Blaine Schutte? Are you kidding me? Jordan Frederick with another brilliant assist. And Blaine Schutte puts the nail in the coffin with 5:23 remaining. A 4-goal lead for TU.
Well, it's the twin connection, Pop. They call each other their twins. Joe Fred comes in. This is a great run inside. You see how she wasn't looking where that ball went? She's looking the other way. It tricks the defenders, cuts that back, perfectly weighted ball. She knows where Schutte's going to be making that run, and Schutte's so good at those nice, clean little touch finishes. We see the twin connection here. Excellent way to finish, and what a statement it is. You lose 4-0 on the road, you come home, and now you're up 4-0.
How about 8 assists on the season for Jordan Frederick? Blaine Schutte has 2 assists of her own. She goes to 9 goals. And Tulsa with maybe one of their more dominating performances of the entire year.
I mean, against a really good Rice team that's had opportunities, it's had chances. It started the game really well. And Tulsa's just done a fantastic job of finishing their opportunities and being deadly in those final passes and in and around the box.
And maybe not done.
Yeah, Joe Fred again here in space. Looks like she's gonna take this one to the corner.
Looking at some of the other scores that are happening right now, FAU and USF are tied at the half, scoreless there. Charlotte and ECU are scoreless at half as well. Rice now just playing for pride, trying to have something positive happen here towards the end.
Even getting a goal back, there's some positive that you can build off on that. Because again, they're in. Their ticket is punched. They're going. And anything that you can do, especially as a coaching staff, you're trying to look at some positivity that you can lead in. And it's important for them to try to get something back here. And just sitting on a high note, and with their heads held high. I mean, they've had, defensively, they've struggled at moments, but overall, they haven't played a bad match. They've worked hard. They've created chances and opportunities. It just hasn't fell for them. It just hasn't been their night.
Emptying of the bench here now for Tulsa. See Sigmeyer, who gets a few moments run. Ruggles checks in with just a little over 3 minutes remaining.
Yeah, this is the best thing as a head coach. Whenever you're winning, you're in a good position, you can get other people on the field. Coach Ryan has a really hard job of figuring out who's going to play and who's going to get minutes. Like, that's not an easy thing. I mean, it's a wonderful problem to have, but it's stressful. You want to get those kids minutes. He loves those kids dearly and has such a great connection with all of his players. You want to be able to get everybody time and minutes in. Just, you know, competitive sports, it doesn't work that way. So to be able to get these players in, to get the game time, to get them that recognition is important. It's such a great feeling.
Katie Wynn, her 8th appearance on the season. KK Hart as well. Jim Ryan finally took a seat just now.
Yeah, I don't think he's take a seat all game. He deserves that rest.
I don't think that we can stress enough, and I know that the score, God, it is what it is. I hate to use that line, but this is still a quality Rice team, as you had mentioned, that had several opportunities that if maybe just one or two little things go their way, that might be a 2-2 game at one point. It might be even a 2-1 game, which who knows what ultimately that leads to. But this, I know it looks 4-0 here, but I think that takes away a little bit of some of the opportunities early in the second half that Rice had that just couldn't capitalize on.
Yeah, I mean, early in the first half, too. See Jordan Frederick kind of go to the corner. But they did. They had several opportunities, several chances, lots of great services. They had good looks in front of the box. I mean, Tatum Sanders has done a really great job of being in the right position, being at the right time in the right place. But, I mean, the amount of opportunities that they created on the right-hand side in both halves, I mean, they created so many good chances, opportunities. I mean, just one or two of those fall at certain points in the game, it completely changes the dynamic. Rice, you're riding a high, everyone's pushing, going harder. Tulsa's really got to think about how they're playing. I got to maybe adjust some things. So, I mean, it significantly changes the trajectory of the game, and the scoreline doesn't tell the whole story, but to Tulsa's credit, they have been absolutely outstanding today. Defensively, the middle of the park, going forward. I really love the shift in how they've played really in that UTSA game and this game, where you see a lot more grit. You see a lot more high press from them, a lot more double teaming in the middle of the park and winning balls. And then when they're winning them, they're instantly going forward. I think earlier in the season we saw a lot where they would win that ball and then maybe they would try to play wide, or they would try to play the outside back making the run, and they would kind of build it and swing it. But now they're going to play a little bit more direct, a little bit forward, a little bit quicker, and that's really made a huge difference, at least in my eyes, and how successful that they've been.
1 minute to play here, and Tulsa's not going to be in any rush. This is also one of those opportunities where you've got a few players in as well. Like KK Hart that just came in, that you want to see some positive stuff from them here in what will be their final moments on this pitch in their careers.
Yeah, you make such a great point there, Pop. It is these seniors, it's their last game on this home field, so very bittersweet, and what an ending for the University of Tulsa.